Good evening, folks, and welcome in. It's round number 8 of the virtual Racing Aotearoa Sharp Apparel NASCAR Series. My name is John Wright from TrackSpotTV, once again taking us through all of the action from what will be the final round before the chase. Oh yes, the points this week, all important, especially for drivers like James, Waddell, Crossan and Watkins. We'll get a look at that in a moment. Of course, the chase starting next week. This will be the final round. The top 16 will go through, and at the moment, safe to say, Xavier Simmons, Willie McLoone, Scott Rankin, Luke Dilworth, they will all very much be there. Simmons at the moment with a sizable lead over the rest of the field. 38 points ahead he is of McLoone up at the top. Scott Rankin, as I mentioned, he's in third. Luke Dilworth in fourth place. Hayden Millings, Josh Mertens and Hayden Guptill all inside the top 10 as well. Hayden Warrington and Logan Howard 9th and 10th. And in fact, we are already got the grid ready to go. Qualifying done and dusted. And it's Bryce Harding who's taking the top spot, with Scott Rankin in second place. Hayden Millings and Logan Howard round out row 2, with Willie McLoone and Hayden Guptill on row number 3. Corey Cross and Stephen Tiers 7th and 8th, with Hayden Warrington and Josh Mertens 9th and 10th. Sam Waddell, promising for his chase aspirations. He's starting today in 11th, ahead of Jamie Harding. Lackey Brett and Brady Stanley find themselves on row number 7, ahead of Luke Dilworth and Aidan Gregory. Xavier Simmons in 17th place with no time set this week. Terry Leverage Watkins and Mark Grover bringing up the rear of the field. So an interesting one for Simmons this week. He has got no time set. He will probably still go on to finish on the podium, so we'll get to ask him when he gets here, if that was part of the plan. As I say, his place in the chase next week is guaranteed. He is top of the standings now. No one is going to overtake him, so no matter what happens, he will be in the chase. So yeah, maybe having himself a bit of a week off before the real challenge begins. Although the real challenge does begin today, 1909, and no, that wasn't the year I was born. George in the background, thank you very much before you start. Of course, at 2.5 miles of tarmac perfection. Layer upon layer upon layer of tarmac has been laid here over the years. But yeah, Indianapolis, an absolutely incredible racecourse we have here today, and we are going to see some serious NASCAR fun out here. We've got, I believe, a 120 lap race today. Sorry, 75 laps. Yeah, sorry, it's 100 laps. My goodness me, I'm all over the place. There's 100 laps in total. We've got 25 laps for stage number 1, and we've got 75 laps for stage number 2. So, of course, we'll pop the competition yellow. Oh, it's 25:50. My apologies. 25 and 50. This would have been a longer race. Maths are no good at 8 o'clock in the morning, it turns out, in Scotland. But yeah, we've got 75 lap race in total. Easy for me to say. With the first points being handed out after lap 25. That does, of course, mean that the pit lane will close on lap 23 initially. And that's the only time the pit lane will close. The drivers have carte blanche to use it as they see fit beforehand. Slightly smaller field than we've had over the past couple of weeks. 19 cars out on track. It's yeah, Simmons and Dilworth both down at the back of the field, so we're going to see them a fairly hard charge through the field, given what we've seen in previous weeks. Well, we'll see how the tyres hold up and how the bump drafting goes as well. It's such a historic track. I mean, it just, yeah, it's Indianapolis. You can, but falling over my words this morning, something terrible. In fact, they say that the Indianapolis Speedway inner stadium section is that big you can fit the one tennis club at Wimbledon, Rose Coliseum, the Kentucky Derby course, Yankee Stadium, the Rose Bowl, and the Vatican City. That is quite the size of ground that Indianapolis takes. So that is what the drivers are looking at. Oh, one of them just having a connection issue. And here we go then, we are going to see that green flag furiously wave, and they are off and running, and what a start ahead by everyone, absolutely flying under the camera. Here they come into turn number 1, engine noises. Oh yes, there we go, that is NASCAR folks. Now for us, Rankin and Harding with an absolutely solid start. Dilworth already making his way through the field, so is Simmons. Simmons is up to 16th position, already 15th position already. He's just torn past Stanley there, and it's himself and Dilworth that are now most detailed. Rankin, Harding, Mullins and McLean leading the way. I love these camera angles. Yeah, being an audiophile, you've got to love the sound of these engines whizzing past Rankin. Absolutely side by side with Harding. Harding going for a move around outside. He's going to have himself a shot in the lead of the race if he can. He's out there all on his own. He's still hanging that pace out there though. That is a good run around the outside. And he's going to squeeze his nose. Sneeze his nose? Very close. Squeeze his nose. Just out in front is Harding and Rankin swapping positions, but here comes Millings, and I'll tell you what, he is in a very good position given the side-by-side nature of the two ahead of him. I'll tell you, still hanging that pace around the outside. Dilworth has made progress. He's up to 12th. Simmons has made up another spot. He is up to 14th position. That's already 2 laps done and dusted. That's almost 2 cars into the wall there. Very nicely avoided by both of them, as they all go filing past once again. A couple of drivers down at the back of the field do seem to be getting left behind a little bit. Harding dropping out the slipstream. Himself and Leverage Watkins now dropping off the back of the field ever so slightly. Hayden Warrington's making good progress. Logan Howard hasn't had the best of starts. Oh, and that's a sideway. Oh, wow. That is a yellow flag. That is a big contact. That is 3-4 cars have taken serious hits there. That is Stephen Tears. There certainly will be after that contact. That was a monster. Logan Howard got caught on that, and so did Corey Crossan. And look at that. Well, if you're going to have a crash, you might as well make it right at the pit entrance. Another couple of yards, that would have been a certifiable nightmare for getting back to the pits. That's Tears and Crossan into the pit. And yep, look, Dilworth and Xavier Simmons. Oh, wow! My goodness me, what? That doesn't even make any sense. Okay, it looked like someone bump drafted him on the corner exit. He came out of there like an absolute rocket. Absolutely bonkers. Yeah, Tears and Crossing into the pits as I mentioned, but what a hit that was for Tears. That is a lot of damage. He is going to have to get repaired. Yeah, absolute power slammed into the wall there. That was full ice hockey tackle, if ever I have seen one. And we'll get another look at it here. Wow, such a weird bit of netcode or contact or something. I mean, he really came out of that corner at an absolute rate of knots, pile drived into the wall. I mean, pile drive is literally the only word you can use for a contact that happened that quickly. Oh, yeah, as Tears have got caught up in it, and Crossing as well, absolutely nailed to the wall. Such a big contact. Yeah, nothing going on the front of that car now. There's no front bonnet, front right suspension, well, all front suspension. Oh, goodness. Wow, look at that. That's like something out of a Hollywood film. That bonnet absolutely flying up there. Wow, absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. So that is the first safety car of today. We know we're going to get one at the end of lap 25. Are we going to see any more before lap 25 though? That is the question. After what we've just seen there, I wouldn't be massively surprised. Update on our chase competitors, not the word I was looking for, but it's completely escaped me. Xavier Simmons, he's made it up to 17th place, and Luke Dilworth is up to 7th, where he's joined by teammate Lackey Brett. They're 7th and 8th, so very good run they've had in this opening couple of laps. We'll see if they can continue that onwards. Keep on moving through the field. We've got a couple of guys. Josh Mertens also came into the pit. So too did Logan Howard. They look to both be on their way back out. Tears and Crossing though, not looking so great for them at the moment. I'm not sure if they're coming back out. They have been in there for quite some time and are still in there and stationary. That is Howard now being stationary himself for over a minute. Stefan Tears 2 minutes 49 and Crossing over 3 minutes. Steal the chance to quickly hydrate as we get ready for the restart. Earliest safety car that we've seen so far in this series. They're all getting back into double file. They're along the start finish straight now, so I think we're going to have one more lap. Yep, so one more lap. The safety car will come in and we'll get up and running once again. I can confirm Tears and Crossing still in the pit, so they could well be out. And Logan Howard is still in there as well. Let's see who else we had come in. Oh, now did Simmons come into the pits? He did. Right, so Simmons came into the pits for a quick splash and dash on the fuel. So he is now back down to 17th place. Gregory and Mertens also came into the pits, and so did Sam Waddell as well. Of course, Waddell on the bubble. He's looking to maintain his position in the top 16 to go into next week. And an extra bit of fuel. Although Mertens 42 seconds. Wow, that's stationary a long time. Yeah, certainly it's 42 seconds. It looks like Logan Howard is back out. So he's a couple of laps down, unfortunately for him. But a lucky dog hero there, and he will be right back in the running. Let's head through turns 3 and 4. Everyone getting back into double file, apart from the two that have retired. That's Logan Howard catching back up. As I say though, he is a couple of laps down now, so he does need a couple of safety cars. Oh, they all do sound so good driving past. Bryce Harding will once again lead us off, with Scott Rankin joining him again on that front row. Sigma Sim Sports 2 and Vortex Sim Sports up at the front, and of course Harding has got his teammate Willie McClune in third place. McClune up a couple of places on where he started. Another driver guaranteed to be through to the chase. And they will be chasing this green flag here. There is a safety car in the pit lane, and here comes the green flag, and we are racing once again. And what a start that is for Harding and McClune. Scott Rankin's been left absolutely standing still there. I'll tell you what, with McClune, lucky to not pick up a penalty because he overtook so early before the start-finish line. But yeah, that's McClune up to second place. Xavier Simmons already making the most of the fresh fuel in his car. He's got up a position as well. McClune holding second place. Hayden Millings down into fourth there with Hayden Guptill and Luke Dilworth fifth and sixth position. We've got no dual line this time. Everyone absolutely single filing as Hardy leads the way from McClune, Rankin, Millings, Guptill, Dilworth, Warrington, Stanley, Brett and Harding all inside the top 10. 6 laps have elapsed so far. So we've only got 19 to go until we see the second competition checker to end stage number 1. Got a bit of side-by-side going on here. That's Luke Dilworth, of course. He is on an absolute charge at the minute. Look at how easily he's sailed past there. He is surely looking good to be there or thereabouts at the end of the first stage, and it's going to be a good run if he can. Xavier Simmons still down outside the top 10. He won't be too perturbed though. A long way to go to the end of the race itself, and again he's in a very good position in the chase standings. He's atop of them, so he will go into next week. Well, yeah, no, unless my apologies, no. Willie McClune and Rankin do have a chance to overtake him today, depending on how results go. But Simmons would need to borderline DNF, if not finish absolutely dead last, for anyone else to be able to overtake him. So we'll see how it goes, and we'll jump on the front wheel of Dilworth and watch him hunt down effectively the top four here. He's got Millings, Rankin, McLoone and Harding just ahead of him. Rankin and McLoone thinking better of the side-by-side action that we saw between Rankin and Harding. Rankin now in third place, but yeah, McLoone is staying absolutely nose to tail on that, right out on the ball as well. Beautiful camera work. And we've got 19 of them, sorry, 17 cars still out on pit. Tears and Crossing still in the pits. They may well be retired now by the look of it, and that is over 8 minutes, although there was a lot of damage. They might still be getting repaired. We will see. We shall see, but it is Sigma Sim Sports 1-2 at the moment. Bryce Harding and Willie McLoone, and they're looking to try and tear away here. They're getting a bit of a gap back to Ranking. Millings is chasing them down still. Dilworth still in that 5th place, and there we can see Lackey Brett, who at the moment, sorry, where is Brett running? Oh, there he is in 9th place. Yep, so he's just inside the top 10. Couldn't see the data for looking there. So he is just inside the top 10 at the moment. You can see him a bit spread out, although it does look like that is Dilworth got Hayden Guptill. Now Guptill's got some good pedigree here as well. So that could be an interesting pairing if those two can make their way through the field. Xavier Simmons, quick update there, he's still in 12th place. So still making progress, but certainly not as much as Dilworth has made at the moment. Still a long way to go, 9 laps in. 25 laps for the first points to be paid, and then we'll be off and running again for the final 50. And as you can see, the field, tell you what, we're starting to see the odd gap here and there. As you can see, they're getting a little bit spread out. Harding and McLoone could find themselves running away with this one a bit if Rankin can't get the foot down. Oh, got side by side in the background there. That almost ended in a bit of contact. Let's see. Yeah, you see how far that was spread out. So yeah, yellow flags and safety cars might be few and far between here, given how far the field is. Just 2 down. There is Brady Stanley coming under pressure, and Gregory trying to get the move done. He almost does. I tell you what, he might get that on a cutback. Nope, he's not going to manage it. Brady Stanley hanging on to the position for the moment, but he's got Simmons behind him. Oh, comes out with that final corner. Bit of a wiggle, really. Oh, and I tell you what, that's a brave move, pushing the car that far over the wall. I mean, you can certainly close down the driver, but you don't want to go accidentally pushing them into the wall. Ian Gregory getting the move done on Brett, with Simmons lurking in the background looking to get this move done as well. He needs to he just needs to get to the end. Let's face it, we're only 11 laps in, so there will be no major rush in Simmons' game plan at the moment. He's still in a very good position. Further up the field, look Dilworth, as you can see, he is now right on the back of Hayden Millings and Scott Rankin. The top two, their teammates. And they are working very well together indeed. They've left Scott Rankin pretty much in no man's land, so he really needs to, well, at the moment he's looking like he needs to wait on Millings and Dilworth. If these two can catch up to him, 3 will go quicker than 2, and they're bringing more cars with them. Absolutely love that sound. Have I said that before? Good morning to everyone in the chat. Good evening to everyone in the chat as well. Hope you're enjoying the race so far. We are 12 laps deep, so we're approaching the halfway mark of the first stage. And it is Harding who's leading the way from McLoone. Harding leading the way from McLoone, with Rankin in 3rd place. Dilworth and Millings still absolutely nose to tail. So they're going to be cutting through the air very quickly indeed. Willie McLoone looking to secure his place, or further secure his place in the chase. Of course, the more he can close down the gap on Simmons before we get into the chase, the better it is going to be for him. Quite a few rounds of racing still to come. Well, I tell you what, that is a little gentle nudge on the wall there from McLoone. He's looking very lively on that steering, and that is Harding. He is chasing down. Looking at the gaps though, yep, Rankin is right on the back of him. Guptill, Dilworth and Millings are not too far back either. They are very close indeed. So they're going to start hunting down, and Simmons has made up another 2 places as well. He is up and into the top 10, so he is looking to bring home points from stage number 1. We're halfway through stage number 1 officially, and it is Simmons who rounds out the top 10 just ahead of Dilworth's teammate Lackey Brett. And you can see the group that he is involved in, and it's very much a group at the moment. These 3 cars, Gregory and Warrington just ahead of Simmons, Lackey Brett not too far behind, so Brett back in a good position. Oh, bit of a touch of the wall. There's going to be a bump draft behind there. Gregory and Brett getting very close indeed. Brett no choice but to go past there. Which he very nicely did. We've got, oh, there we go. Simmons looking for the move on Warrington if he can. The rest of the field just looking to catch up if they can, and Harding looking to try and break away. Rankin is now up into 2nd place. Willie McClune has dropped back down to 3rd, so they've all swapped positions as Dilworth and Guptill are catching up. We've seen Guptill have some good results here already, and he's looking to back that up with more today. Willie McClune looking to get past Rankin if he can, so this is, as I said, these two have swapped positions. I did think Rankin was looking pretty quick. I did think McClune was looking the quicker out of himself and Rankin, but clearly not a memo that Rankin has got. He is piling on the pressure, so the Sigma Sim Sports 2 car drivers, Team 2, separated now by Vortex, with Rankin back in the middle of them. Guptill still holding on to 5th place, and Dilworth still in 6th position. And in fact, I think it's going to be those two that are working together. Yeah, Guptill is ahead of Dilworth, so those two are going to be working together to try and catch up to these cars here. You can see them in the background, the purple and green liveries just shooting around the last corner. And I'll tell you what, Harding really is shooting off into the distance here. He's got a 1 second gap back to Rankin, and Rankin's still all at sea here, completely closed in by Willie McClune, and not far behind Hayden Millings. So Harding again, an absolutely flyer of a middle phase of this first stage. We're 16 laps in, so 9 quick laps left to go. And they will go quickly. 53.2. Harding, holder of the fastest lap of the race as well, so he really is the driver on form at this stage. Let's see what Simmons, he's just gone past Warrington. His quickest lap so far has been a 53.9. And Xavier Simmons, his fastest lap so far, 53.9. Oh, sorry, my apologies. Simmons is a 53.9. Dilworth has managed a 53.4 so far, with Bryce Harding at the front of the field on a 53.2, a 10th quicker than McClune. The top 3 stand to close back in though, as they do catch up to, or try and catch up to Bryce Harding. Note that gap is stretched out even further. It's now at 1.3 seconds, so the closer these 3 drivers get to each other, the further they get away from the race leader. So they really are going to have to use the slipstream if they're going to catch them. They've only got 8 laps left to go, and they will absolutely flying up at the front of the field. Dilworth and Guptill still seemingly in no man's land as well. So the 2 of Guptill and Dilworth trying to catch up to the 3 of Millings, McClune and Rankin, who are trying to catch up to numero uno, Bryce Harding, who again absolutely flying over the front of the field. He's just at a 54.9 out there on his own, which is 3/10 quicker than the cars in the slipstream. Well, there we go, they're starting to match pace now. Rankin, yeah, pops in a 55.0, so the lad things are slowing down with the tyres, but they are speeding up comparatively speaking between Rankin and Harding, with Rankin clocking a 53.5. 55.0, my goodness me, too many numbers. 55.0 on the previous lap, which matches Harding's lap time. There again, it's 1, then 3, then 2, and at this stage you would think it's the 3 cars that are running the quicker, but I can confirm that Rankin is now an extra 3/10 of a second down, despite almost matching Harding's lap on that previous lap. So yeah, Harding really is in a very good position here. He is tearing away. Nice cosy track temperature out there to keep the tyres warm. The three cars really not encroaching on Harding's pace up at the front of the field, and that is a bit of a surprise to me given how much slipstream these three cars have got at the moment. Here on board with Millings, and you can see the pace difference down the corner. I'll tell you what, you can see the pace difference here from Millings. He's absolutely got McLoone banged to rights out with that second corner there. I'm not sure McLoone a couple of times has looked like he's touched that wall just ever so slightly on a couple of corner exits. And there we go, absolute side by side. The side draft, that is all fun and games, but it will slow down both cars. So you don't want to spend too much time in the side draft. Guptill and Dilworth, they're trying to close down this gap as well. And this is all playing in the hands of Bryce Harding, who's going to bring himself home a stage win here by the look of it. He's got a big gap to Scott Rankin, who now finds himself pretty much in no man's land. He's got no one giving him any slipstream to help catch up to Harding. So he's going to have to do this one the hard way if he's going to make it happen. Yep, today's race is definitely going to be a 2 bottles of water type of fair, you get the feeling. Harding now 1.6 seconds ahead. Can confirm that Stephen Tears and Corey Crossan did not come back out of the pits. Logan Howard seems to have been in there for a while as well. Says he's on an out lap, so I think he has just been in just before the stage closed. Oh, someone having a slight connection issue, but it's still Harding leading the way from Ranking and McLoone. Millings in fourth place, sorry, with Guptill, Dilworth inside the top 6. Brady Stanley, Xavier Simmons, Lackey Brett and Hayden Warrington all looking to bring home points here in stage number 1. And look at Harding, he is absolutely running away with this. He's got a 1.7 second gap up at the front of the field. He's had several laps leading the way, and he really is at one with Indianapolis this week. We'll see what stead that holds him in for the second stage, which will be starting soon. And of course we'll see how Xavier Simmons, Luke Dilworth, Willie McLoone, we'll see how they all react to the start of stage 2, which will be coming up very shortly. There is Xavier Simmons. Oh, bless me. There is Xavier Simmons. He is being chased down by Lackey Brett. Simmons up in 8th place, so he's going to bring home some points here in stage number 1. Again, he is guaranteed through to the chase next week. In fact, there is quite a few of the drivers. And we see McLoone, Rankin, Dilworth, Millings, Mertens, Guptill, all guaranteed to get themselves through. Harding, Warrington and Howard as well. Certainly looking very good. I would say Crossan, Liddell and Brett, Lackey Brett, they're the 3 drivers pretty much on the bubble. Cale James not here this week, so that does make it a bit easier for them. And it is Leverage, Watkins and Tears. So Tears is out. Cam Galley not here this week. So yeah, it really is all about Leverage, Watkins. He needs to get himself into the top 10 and finish ahead of Waddell and potentially Crossan if he's going to get himself some pits. And I tell you what, interestingly, Luke Dilworth has come into the pits. So Luke Dilworth is going for the long game here. As soon as I look away, of course something happened on track. He's come into the pits. Now the pit lane closes at the end of this lap for the final run in stage number 1. So Dilworth, he has obviously got a different plan in mind this week. Is he in his yeah, he's in his pit box there. So he is into his pit box as Bryce Harding is about to start the final lap of this set. As we can see, there he goes. Now that is an especially as Dilworth was in the top 10. I mean, again, this is one of these positions he's in. He finds himself at 4th place, so he is definitely making it through to the chase, the top 16 next week. And there is Willie McLoone coming in as well. So Willie McLoone coming in, so he's decided not to take any stage 1 points either. Now, isn't that an interesting strategy? We'll see how it plays out, and we'll get some info from the drivers if they make it onto the podium towards the end. If not, we'll definitely be asking them in the Discord chat and see if we can get some info on the decision-making process behind that. But yeah, the both of them have completely backed out of collecting points in stage 1. And are going to be going for it in stage 2. So Harding, Rankin, Millings and Guptill are going to be the top 4. Xavier Simmons is now down in 7th position after he's taken a pit stop, of course, back on lap 3. But yeah, McLean and Dilworth 23 and 22 respectively as we are on board. Yeah, there we go. Josh Mertens we're on board with at the moment here in Warrington. Just behind him. And we're going to get the competition yellow very shortly indeed. And it's going to be Harding, Bryce Harding, who's going to bring home the top spots as these two try and bump draft their way closer to the cars ahead of them. Simmons holding on to second place, but it's going to be Harding who's going to take the first checkered flag of the day, with Scott Rankin in second and Hayden Millings certainly looking good in third place. Here comes Harding now. Very Dukes of Hazzard-esque livery. Absolutely love to see it. And here we go. Yeah, look at the gap that he's got. 1.5 second gap. He is going to cross the line. And we will see the competition yellow at the end of this lap. Yeah, 25 laps. Oh no, we're straight into stage 2. We will see, yes, there we go, the competition yellow has popped. It just took a little bit longer than anticipated, but yeah, confirmed. Harding with the race win. Now this is going to make it interesting when all these drivers come into the pit. Although they certainly don't look like they're going safety car speed at the moment. Absolutely flying through the field, are flying through the course at the moment. And now, yeah, there we go, full yellows around the stadium. And definite confirmation that Harding wins stage 1. Rankin in second, Millings in third, with Guptill in fourth place. Brady Stanley in fifth position as Lackey Brett in sixth. Xavier Simmons in seventh place. Josh Mertens, Hayden Warrington and Aidan Gregory all scoring points here in stage number 1. That is the top 10. Terry Leverage Watkins just missing out. He finished that one in 11th place. So no points for him, which he absolutely needed. I'm just going to quickly look at my little calculator again. Yeah, he really did need some points there. He's not got James ahead of him on track. Stove is too far ahead, I believe. Let me see. But yeah, Leverage Watkins definitely needed to be finishing in the top 10 there to get some points. It really does need to be very, very, very close to the podium if he is going to make his way through to the chase. And Waddell, well, yeah, finishing ahead of Waddell will definitely be point number 1. Waddell finishing outside the points in the I was about to say the chase, finished outside the points in stage 1 today as well. He's down in 14, so a bit of saving grace there for Leverage Watkins, his main rival for the final spot in the chase, finishing behind him in stage number 1. Here comes everyone absolutely trailing into the pits. Safety car out. We've got a lucky dog getting reasserted as well. As Dilworth and McLean, of course, they stayed out. Yeah, so they've made the decision to forgo any points in stage number 1 for track position at the start of stage number 2. And there we go. It's an LFM Pro qualifying session once again. Everyone absolutely stay at the pits. They're going to go side by side on the pit exit as well, as you do. Willie McLoone is cutting the grass. I didn't realise he had a contract for grounds work here at Indianapolis as well, as there's no end to the man's talents. He's out here winning races and depositing grass all over the track as well. So yeah, a couple of tram lines dug up there by McLoone. Not sure if he was trying to cool down his tyres. Maybe picking up a piece of the turf to take home. I know people do that with football pitches. I certainly tried to get a piece of the Hamden pitch when it was torn down. But yeah, McLoone, don't know. Absolutely no idea. We can keep throwing jest the way of the answer, but whatever was going on with him there, he has managed to fix it. Yeah, let's have a look and see. Logan Howard just pulling over to the side of the track, so I'm not sure what's going on there with Howard. He had a good qualifying session. He started in 4th place. I'm not sure if that's a technical issue of some kind. But he pulled over at the side of the track there and completely stationary, flagged up as an incident. So hopefully Howard can get himself running again. He is. Yeah, himself and Harding are still a lap down. The driver's trying to go 3 wide. That's Hayden Guptill on the extreme inside line there. They will go side by side. And I tell you what, it's going to be McLoone and Dilworth up at the top of the field. Yeah, so McLoone and Dilworth, it'll be interesting to find out, because Dilworth came in on 22 and then McLoone came in after him, so I hope McLoone can make it into the podium, no bias, but I hope he can make it onto the podium. We can find out whether he took that pit stop to cover off Dilworth or whether that was always his plan. Yeah, I do wonder if that was, as I say, whether he was doing that to cover it off, or whether that was always the plan. It does give them a slight disadvantage as far as tyres go. They're going to have 5 laps more wear. Oh, sorry. 5 more racing laps of wear. There's been a few laps that they've done at this sedate pace behind the safety car, which I believe will be coming in at the end of this lap. I'll tell you what, it's going to be quite the start. Xavier Simmons finds himself back down in 14th place. But he does have a Fastlane Esports car ahead of him. And behind him, he's in the SP Tools New Zealand. They've got the Fastlane System decal car ahead of him and the Foursquare car behind him as well. So here we go once again. 50 laps of racing coming our way. Will we see any more safety cars? We've got one in the opening stage. We'll see if we get any here in stage 2. McLoone, Dilworth, Harding, all with a very good start. In fact, everyone getting a good start except Harding down at the back there. Logan Howard, sorry. Logan Howard caught napping at the start there down at the back of the field, so he has got some serious work to make up. Willie McLoone, no looking in the rear view mirror for him. He is absolutely firing away. Dilworth, Rankin, Harding, Millings, all very much in close pursuit, and Hayden Guptill is looking very close to Hayden Millings as well. Guptill, he is going to be looking to get back as close to Dilworth as possible. Of course, those two in stage 1, absolutely inseparable. And I tell you what, the car in the lead here certainly does seem to be benefiting from some very, very, very good pace. That is Rankin and McLoone. Harding, sorry, all 3 of them out of the front of the field really are showing some very, very, very good pace. Slipstream be damned, I'm sure I heard one of them say. Dilworth in second. He's got Rankin, Harding and Millings very close in behind. Again, that is 1 or 2 of the cars dropping off the back, but that's a solid pack that is now forming. And Hayden Guptill, I think, is going to be one of the main protagonists in this one. Yes, he is indeed. He's just sitting behind Millings at the moment, and the 2 of them, you can see it moving right over. Millings going defensive, trying to take the extreme inside line there. I think he knows that Guptill's gone for pace. Guptill's going to try and send this one around the outside. Is this really the place where you want to be battling when you could potentially drop yourself off the lead group? Well, and that is very nicely done by Guptill. He's managed to get himself in front. Beautiful manoeuvring. Very nice driving by both of them. They have lost a little bit of time to the group ahead so not the ideal scenario at this stage, but they're still cracking on. Well, Guptill, nobody's told him he's slowing down, as we see more action with Gregory and Warrington. Gregory on the inside line takes the apron, very nicely done on that bottom line. Indeed, that's another position changed in the field. Still got a long way to go though. McLoone up at the top. Ooh, there's a little bit of a touch of the wall for Rankin there. That's going to cost him a little bit of pace. He still managed to hang on the back of Dilworth, but he's certainly inviting Harding into this one. And needs to be careful, and he's having to, in deference to the fact that he lost a bit of time, he's dropped down to that white line just to cover off any rambunctious Harding moves, none of which have nothing so far for that though. Gregory and Brett just swap positions down the field as well. So they are going, a couple of drivers are going side by side, but for the most part they are staying absolutely single file at the moment. And it is McLoone who is leading the way, but that is a tenuous lead now, because here comes Dilworth, Rankin, Harding, Guptill and Millings. That is a solid little train of cars that is catching up. And Dilworth, oh, I tell you what there, Rankin not looking the most solid. I believe you call that an esports setup. He was going very sideways out of the corner. We will stay on board and get a look through the next one as well. Checking out that steering input, see what he looks like on the corner exit. Yeah, there we go, much more controlled this time around. Rankin looking to maintain a podium position, while Harding is looking to wrestle it from his hands. Dilworth and McLoone ahead. They are getting the job done. We've got Xavier Simmons. He's managed to get his way back into the top 10, of course, and that is a good run for him. He started down at the back of the grid. Himself and Dilworth both starting at the back of the grid, and both making very, very good progress. That is very safe to say. Oh, there's another car just touching the wall. It is so easily done around this course, and those little innocuous touches, they really do add up to a lot of time-sapping delays. Yeah, Millings and Guptill up ahead. Swapping positions again, so that battle absolutely not done by any means necessary, as we see these two purple machines absolutely flying through the course. I think Guptill did have a little touch of the wall. Oh, they're going to go three wide up ahead. McLoone, Dilworth, Rankin and Harding almost going three wide there. Some absolutely solid driving, and McLoon's lead could well come under jeopardy here. In fact, Dilworth in second could be in jeopardy, because Rankin and Harding, who did well in stage one, they're looking to do well in stage two. They've got him absolutely boxed in on that outside line, by the way. Which one is his teammate again? Oh, of course, yeah, it's Vortex versus Sigma. Yeah, Rankin and Harding. Dilworth, it's Harding and McLoone that are teammates, of course, sorry. Dilworth, Rankin and Harding. No association between the three of them, and that is going to play right into the hands of Guptill and Millings behind. Millings really is on a move now. He's got himself back ahead of Guptill, who looked like he was going to be running away and catching up to this group, but it's Millings, sorry, that is making good progress, with McLoone making better progress once again. So they all looked like they were catching up. They've managed to separate themselves out again. As we check out Wacky Brett in the gun once again. Brady Stanley leading this little group. And we'll see if they can catch themselves up. Oh no, there we go. More action for Dilworth to deal with. He's down into second place. Rankin getting the move done, and it's Harding who's got the move done as well. Harding on the inside line, so he's going to take that white line. Oh no, there we go, Dilworth trying to get as close to the white line as possible. A bit of a door touch there, and all that's done is bring Millings and Guptill into this, and Millings right into the hunt there. He's already got himself past Dilworth, and here comes Guptill. Guptill's going to follow through with the slipstream, and he is he going to take the position? So he's right to say he is going to take the position. Is he going to take the position, and is it going to be soon? And he's backed out with that slipstream there. He's jumped onto the back of Dilworth's slipstream. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. Oh wow, smoke on the start-finish straight. That is a big contact. That looks like Lackey Brett's livery, if I'm not mistaken. We will certainly find out, but that definitely looked. Oh, that is a battered and bruised machine, and it is in fact Aidan Gregory, the number 41, who is leaving a smoke screen. Oh wow, the entire rear of the car is missing. Can confirm, folks, that should not be white. There should be a beautiful burgundy red on there like the rest of the car. Oh, it is himself and Lackey Brett, and Xavier Simmons get caught up in that as well. I'll tell you what, Simmons, he will be counting his blessings after surviving that one. How has Simmons got through there? I'll tell you what, that is a... yeah, massively well done for Simmons to avoid ending up going the wrong way. A 43-point turn for our forlorn car. Oh, Simmons, look at the save here. Oh my goodness me, he saw his NASCAR career flash before his eyes there. That's absolutely incredible. From Simmons to hold on to that one. I tell you, well, there is a reason he is leading the championship, folks. And I think we've just seen another. Oh, Gregory not quite so... oh my goodness me, Gregory nowhere near so lucky. Absolute power slam across the nose of the car. And he ends up going 33 degrees the wrong way backwards. Definitely what he needed. Unsurprisingly, he has come into the pits. Obviously, that was a whole lot of smoke coming out the back of the... oh, again, yeah, Warrington. Oh, no place to go. Absolutely no place to go. I'm sure at one point he actually thought he was about to avoid that as he pulled down to the inside, and then suddenly a car just turned completely sideways, and he's just pile drived into the side of it. Silly season in the pits. It looks like it's only McLoone that stayed out. We've got two... oh, Gregory and Harding, sorry. Those two have stayed out. Of course, one of those will get the lucky dog. I believe it'll be Aidan Gregory. Or he should get one. Wally McLoone has stayed out. Everyone else has come into the pits, and that includes Luke Dilworth, who pitted at the same time as McLoone, so he's now separated himself from the strategy that these two were engaged with, and now is McLoone out of the front of the field on his own. Now, I wonder if he is regretting that. I mean, I would have imagined that he'd have thought a couple of drivers would have come in, but the whole field have just come in, and quite a few of them have taken on tyres as well. I'm not sure what was going on with Josh Mertens, though. He was stationary for less than half a second. I mean, that is some quick work by the pit team if he's managed to get some fuel in that car so quickly. Very, very, very impressive. They'll be getting promoted to Formula 1 anytime. Or sorry, demoted to Formula 1 pretty soon, because let's face it, this is the real pinnacle. Formula 1 is just computer-powered rocket ships. This is where the real driving talent is. And it is McLoone who is out in front. Brady Standley. It looks like he's going to restart this race in second place. We'll see if there is any more reshuffling. Xavier Simmons is down in 13th position. Terry Leveridge Watkins is up into 10th place, sorry. And he is chasing, of course, Waddell, who is up, unfortunately for Leveridge Watkins. Waddell is now up in 3rd place. So this battle for the final spot in the chase is going to go absolutely right down to the wire. Just a quick update for anyone that wasn't here earlier. Of course, it's Waddell that is in 16th place. He's got James directly behind him, but James not racing today, so it's all about Leveridge Watkins, who is in 18th place. Stephen Tears did start the race, but he is out already, so he will not get any better than 19th place in the chase standings, which of course won't be enough to see him through to the final 16. But certainly at the moment, Leveridge Watkins and Waddell is on the line from there. Model at the moment is sitting in a very good position, but we do have several laps to go. We are halfway through though, the overall race. 25 laps for stage number 1. 50 laps for stage number 2, 75 racing laps in total, 38 done and dusted so far. We've still got smoke coming out the back of one of the cars. I am amazed that that's not a meatball flag. If it is, it's not showing on my standings. And yeah, I'm just trying to confirm from race control, it is Gregory that's out there still spewing smoke all over the track, and he does in fact have a meatball. It's just not quite shown up on my telemetry, which unsurprisingly, let's face it, leaving a smoke screen and an oil slick on track, not the ideal scenario, especially when he's got going to have cars behind him at the restart, and it's a restart we're going to see very shortly indeed. And yeah, it's a painful one for the drivers behind them, because they cannot overtake unless they are told to do so by the race director under safety car, and that is absolutely not going to happen. They're going to have to stay side by side. This could be an awkward restart here, with Gregory being in the position that he is in. We are about to go racing once again, and there we go on lap number 40, and what a start that is by Willie McLoone. He has gone full loose Bahadur at the start there. McLoone absolutely flying out the gates, and Brady Stanley, Sam Modell, and Scott Rankin there with the 3 wide directly behind them. Can someone smell another safety? They're absolutely going for it, and McLoone, who's on the older tyres, is absolutely flying away with it. His strategy needs to be absolutely slick here. It's beautiful stuff. We've got Luke Dilworth to see. He has Modell absolutely pinned on the outside line. Love the sound of the back of those cars. We've got McLoone leading the way, Stanley, Rankin, Harding, Modell, Dilworth, Guptill. You can see Guptill again. He is back chasing Dilworth. So these two, they were pretty close in stage 1. They got separated at the start of stage 2. They are back together once again. They're going side by side. Oh, and there's a little bit of a tap there. Is that Simmons? No, it's not. My apologies. That is Waddell just being overtaken. It looked like Dilworth tried to engage in a bit of bump draft in there. Waddell moved over to the side to avoid the bump draft, almost avoided making it to the end of the race as well. I'm going to tell you what, that's a good move on the inside line there. Rankin absolutely pinning it on the apron there, on the apex there, but all it's going to do is let Harding come in. They're going to go 3 wide at Stanley. Harding and Rankin go 3 wide for second place as Willie McLoone on the older tyres. Again, a reminder he's on the older tyres. It's absolutely running away with it. Here comes Dilworth and Gupta. Now this could be an interesting 2x2. Will we see 3x3? I seriously doubt it. We've seen 3 wide so far. Do we see 2 rows of 3 trying to catch up? It's 2x2 at the moment. Oh, and here comes the yellow flag. That is Waddell. Waddell is out and off, and it is, thankfully for him, a yellow flag. He very, very, very nearly got completely ejected from the race here, but that is Waddell. Again, he is trying to get his way into the chase, into the top 16, and that is not what he'd have been hoping for, because that is going to give Leverage Watkins a bit of a gap on him, to say the least. Aidan Gregory. Oh yes, that was, yes folks, that was the sound of me spilling water down the front of myself. Excellent stuff. Oh, Oh, and he's faked him out. McLuhan's faked him out. Wow, 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 wow. Well, there you go. It's not often you see that. McLuhan pulled into the pit lane there and then pulled out again. A lot of cars went to follow in. Harding, Stanley, Millings and Guptill have all gone in. Leverage Watkins is in there as well. He's pretty much got a free pit stop after his main competitor, Waddell, has had to come in for that damage. But Willie McLuhan, I do wonder, did drivers around him react to him pulling into the pit there? If they did, he has played an absolute blinder there on the way into the pits. That is absolutely incredible stuff. So we'll see if that is the case. But into the pits, yeah, Leverage Watkins. So yeah, here we go. You've got to love the race director here. Absolutely on point. George Cooke once again on the tails. I tell you what. There is a word that my friends and I like to use. It begins with S and it ends with housery. If you know, you know. If you don't, I congratulate you on living a wholesome upbringing. But yeah, certainly McLuhan there. Yeah, that is absolutely monstrous move there. He really did look like he was going to be able to pull into the pit and then pulled out, and quite a few of the cars yeah, went in. Even my race director is in my ear, grinning ear to ear. That is yeah, I never ever thought I would see the Roman Catholic method used on a NASCAR pit stop, but here we go from the rear. Look, all these cars pulling in, and he just, yep, see you later. And I tell you what, a couple of them were a puff of smokes out the brakes as well. I think a couple of the cars changed their mind when they saw him leaving and tried to brake there as well. So, again, hopefully McLuhan can make it onto the podium. No favouritism, absolutely not. The race winner will be well deserving, but if we can get McLuhan on the podium to get himself confirmation that that's what he's done, I tell you what a move that is. What a move that. Yeah, another quick look at Waddell there, just having a spin, and the irony for him there, that's another pit entrance shenanigans there, it's safe to say, but unfortunately for him, he went just past the pit entrance after making contact with the wall, so he's had to do another lap before he could come into the pits. So that is salt and vinegar rubbed into me. Oh, and there's wow, look at the amount of rotations on that. How did Guptill survive? That's Guptill and Simmons have both had absolutely worldy saves so far this week. Incredible race. I'm not even sure how far in we now. We're just over the 40 lap mark. We've not got many laps to go, unfortunately. We need to extend the race lengths on these races, that is for sure. Xavier Simmons on his last pit stop was stationary for 1 minute and 11 seconds, an ungodly length of time to stay in the pits, but he is still back out in 6th position. So safe to say it's been an up and down race for our championship leader and numero uno in the chase standings. McLuhan looking to overturn him at the top if he can. He's got a decent sized gap that won't be overturned by the current points deficit that we see out on the track. Of course, Simmons still got time to catch up, and Luke Dilworth could definitely be a flying ointment for both of them as well. Dilworth in 4th currently in the chase standings, but if he can bring home a race win and get himself further up, of course, and the 25-point bonus to Simmons, they'll be trying to offset that as well. So here we go once again. 4th yellow flag is dismissed. Green flag running once again, and once again Willie McLuhan with an absolute rocket of a start out of the front of the field. He's got Dilworth following him, and Dilworth is on much fresher tyres, so that shimmy shake that McLuhan pulled at the pit entrance, is that now going to come back and bite him in the rear end with the older tyres? It didn't in the previous restart, but now he does have Dilworth. Now Dilworth pitted on 38, we're on 46. His tyres are still about 15, 16 laps fresher than Millie McLuhan's up ahead of him. Brady Stanley and Hayden Millings getting into it in the background. Stanley taking the position from Millings, and Millings losing the position to Guptill as well. So Millings, who pitted at the same time, yeah, all these drivers down the back pitted at the same time. They're all chopping and changing. Oh, and there's a little bit of a touch of the wall there. Guptill almost losing control. He's managed to hold on to that. No, I thought we were going to see another safety car there. We may well see another one before the end. This is Indianapolis, of course. It's the brickyard. Willie McLean definitely not bricking it up at the front. He's got Dilworth, Rankin, Simmons and Harding very close indeed. Josh Mertens, Jamie Harding in 7th position. Stanley, Guptill and Millings currently rounding out at the top 10. Oh, now that did look a bit lively there. Is that down in 10th position? No, that's just outside. Yeah, there we go. Look at this. We've got a 2x3x2, I think this is, or 2-1-2. Well, whatever it is very close indeed. It's Hayden Guptill who's just in the middle of it. He's got Harding and Stanley just ahead of him. These two swapping positions as well. There's a little touch of pain here and there. We'll see if Guptill can get the move done on him, as Dilworth is looking to get the race lead done. Where do we look at the moment? We've got a 4-way battle going on for 10th place, and we've got a 2-way battle going on for the race lead. I wouldn't like to be the race director at this point, trying to figure out where we're going to go, because here we're going to turn number 1. They're going to go side by side. It's going to be Guptill on that inside line. He's got a very good run indeed. Such good car control he's got. But here comes his rival from earlier on as well. That is Millings. So Millings, Guptill and Dilworth have all been pretty close so far in this race, and Lucky Brett looking to just try to secure himself a position closer to the top 10 by maintaining Harding's position on that outside line. He's going to now throw it down to the white line, try and carry that momentum. He does indeed. Good run indeed there. Harding losing the position as Lucky Brett that finds himself back inside the top 10. And up at the front, Dilworth still very much in slipstream range, but while he be looking down the field, he's got himself a Rankin and Harding coming very close to him indeed as well. Oh, and across the line we go. Yeah, very nice drive indeed, and yeah. Oh, and I tell you what, has Dilworth gone for the lead? Dilworth, it looks like he's taking the lead of the race. He's got himself his nose in front of McLuhan. McLuhan on the older tyres. Not able to battle back here, and I tell you what, here I think he's going to be able to tumble down the order now. I think that pit strategy, it's all fun and games if you can fake everyone out and get them to come into the pits, but if they do come out on the fresher tyres, you're going to find yourself in 3rd place, potentially 4th pretty quickly, because Rankin, he's already had laps in the lead so far. And he is absolutely closing down here. McLuhan on the outside line, trying to move over, trying to force the 2-wide, 3-wide situation to try and defend his position. He's going to find himself very much boxed in though, which I'm sure wasn't on the strategy card, but that is where he's at. And Dilworth, wow, absolutely running away with it now. Where is Simmons? Simmons is in 5th position. So yeah, the two big hitters find themselves in good positions, and we can jump on board with Simmons there. Oh, he's almost backed out with that one there. A sedate 265 kilometers an hour as he tears through the bends. And he has got Willie McLuhan just ahead of him. And again, these two on completely different tyre strategies now. Simmons, another driver. He's got tyres that are 16 laps fresher than that of McLuhan. So yeah, now McLuhan is absolutely hoping for a safety car so he can come in and get himself some fresh boots. We'll see if he is presented one, certainly. Ooh, certainly could see one. This is Simmons with a very, very, very good run on McLuhan. He's pulled himself down to the inside line. Again, that extra tyre grip really is paying dividends. McLuhan not able to get down onto the white line. Simmons absolutely is, and on the corner exit, Simmons surely is going to get this position done and dusted. There we go. So McLuhan's strategy looked great on camera, and here he is. He's having to come in and take a green flag pit stop, and that is going to throw him massively down the field. The average stop time that we are seeing is about anything from 6 to 15 seconds. Yeah, so he's going to lose himself a fair bit of time. And at this stage of the race, it's time that you cannot afford to lose. We've got 23 laps to go, so we've got less laps now to go than we did in stage number 1. And there's confirmation, of course, Harding leading for 27 of the laps of the race so far. Himself and Rankin doing particularly well in the opening stage. And looking to take home points in both stages, which is a good haul for both of them, especially again with the chase starting next week. It's the last chance for romance. If you want to get yourself some points here, Harding and Dilworth absolutely inseparable up at the front of the field. They've got ranking now 1.2 seconds behind. So they really are absolutely breaking away. And yeah, you can see Rankin there in absolutely no man's land on his own, no slipstream, no backup. And Bryce Harding, at this stage, he will pull down to that white line. Will we see him try and get past Dilworth before lap 73? Probably not. There's absolutely no point. Let Dilworth do the running, let him cut through the air, let him use his fuel, let him use his front tyres, and see if you can drag you to the victory. Rankin, as I say, 1.3 seconds down. Simmons is trying to catch up, but the closest battle that we've got is down in 5th position. So Mertens, Gupta, Stanley and Millings with Lackey Brett involved in there as well. And there is a good view of Gupta's car, just peeking in the rear view mirror of Mertens. I'll tell you what, Mertens having a decent race so far. He is up 5 positions, so he started down in 10th place. He's made it inside the top 10. He's got himself some points in stage 1. He's looking for more points here in stage number 2, as we once again see Millings down on that inside line there, trying to get a move done. This time on Brady Stanley, as Gupta will go side by side up ahead of them, as well as the top 2 are still only separated by a 1/10 of a second. So yeah, Dilworth and Harding, they're absolutely checking out at the front, while the rest of the field are scrapping over the crumbs left at the podium table. Rankin, the final sitter at the podium table at the moment. Simmons is trying to close in on him though. They've got a 1.5 back to Mertens in this group that we are watching, and this is the group that really needs to work together to try and catch up. We've got 20 laps left to go. So less than 20 minutes of racing. If we stay at full speed, we will see. We've already had a couple of safety cars so far. 1 competition, 3 for incidents. I want to tell you what, he really is keeping him pressed up against that wall, isn't he? Making sure he stays as far out as possible. Gupta, all he's doing is bringing Stanley into this one, and here comes Lackey Brett as well. Gupta right down onto the inside line. It's a good slingshot around that bottom line there, and that is Mertens, and he is now looking to catch up with. So the lay of the land could still well drastically change, especially with these drivers here. But up in the front, Dilworth and Harding, they are absolutely robotic. They are pulling away a couple of tenths a lap here, although Rankin has just managed to find himself a couple of tenths here, so I'm not sure what's going on. Oh yeah, no, Dilworth is actually just pulling away, so Harding's starting to lose the slip. Which is not going to aid either of them, really. Well, I say he's losing the slipstream, sorry, he's about 3 tenths behind. There's more side-by-side action with Gupta and the gang. I tell you what, that is very close there. Brady Stanley right on the back of these two, and he could be the one that finds himself rocketed up 2 positions if Gupta and Millings get it even slightly wrong. They do need to work together though. Again, he's pulled out to that inside line. I would be going for a bump draft here, try and get caught up to the cars ahead and trying to set himself into the podium battle. Although Millings with a good run down the inside, he gets his nose just in front of Gupta there. That was very close indeed. They all do survive, and we crack on for another lap, although it looks like Stanley has gone past Gupta as well. So Gupta Something going on there. Can confirm he pitted on lap 43, so his tyres, although 5-second stop, very quick stop, so yeah, he's on the same strategy as the cars around him at the moment, but just seemingly losing a little bit of pace. That's Stanley and Millings, both gone past him. No pace getting lost up at the front. It's still Dilworth leading the way with Harding in second. Rankin currently running in third place with Simmons, Mertens, Millings, Stanley, Guptill, Brett and Leverage Watkins inside the top 10. For Leverage Watkins, well, they say it's an ill wind that blows nobody some good, and Leverage Watkins, he is in 10th. Sam Waddell is down in 15th position, so it is looking like it's going in the favour of Leverage Watkins. He just needs to hold us to the end, and we'll see if he can get himself enough points to take that 16th place. That could not be closer between them. There's only a few points separating them, so yeah, this could well be the race that sees Leverage Watkins break into the top 16 and hold that position as well. What a time to accomplish that. As I say, Gregory, Waddell, Warrington, Howard, all down in the back of the grid. Stephen Tears and Corey Crossan both out of the race, so that's a couple of Waddell's competitors out, but more importantly for him, Leverage Watkins definitely up the front. It is still Dilworth and Harding leading the way. Dilworth and Simmons, 27 places they've gained between the two of them today, as we can see. 14 for Dilworth, 13 for Simmons. I'm sure Simmons will be keen for another position or two if he can strengthen that grip that he's got up at the top of the field. Although Willie McLean, after that pit stop, is now running back down in 13th place, so he really does need a safety car to bring the group back together if he is going to encroach, because that's some serious points that he is going to be throwing away. And I was talking about the bubble, 16th place in the chase, but certainly at the moment McLean could sacrifice his place, his spot in second in the current chase standings, if he doesn't make himself back a few more positions, with Dilworth and Rankin both ahead of him on track and just behind them in the standings. So it's going to be very close indeed. It's all going to be decided after the race, and after the race we will see which of these two is going to take the top spot, or if it's going to be one of these two. All it takes is an innocuous touch in the safety car, things get blown absolutely wild apart. We are 60 laps deep into the Sharp Apparel NASCAR Series. It's round number 8. Of course, we go into the Fern Refrigeration Chase next week. We are still on the final round of the open season. Sorry, give me that one again, please, George. Oh, of course, yes, and yeah, big shout out to Sim Blacks as well for sponsoring the series. Apologies, I do let that one slide. But yes, Sim Blacks, big sponsors of the series as well, so huge thanks to them. And make sure you do go over and support. Get yourself over to Sharp Apparel, get yourself some tasty threads, and help support organisations that support our beloved sim racing. As Harding and Dilworth. Dilworth back in the car there, and that does make it fun in these cars as well. Depending on where the car behind you is sitting, it can actually upset your aerodynamics going into the corners, but it's absolutely precision stuff from these two here. Again, Harding is absolutely more than happy to keep his powder dry at this point in the race. We've got 14 laps left to go, and the points don't get paid, the checker flag doesn't get waved until 14 laps from now, 13 laps from now, sorry. So yeah, Dilworth, he is going to stay in the lead here, I think, unless he makes some kind of mistake. I think Harding is going to stay absolutely where he is for the moment, and then go for a 2-lap sprint race at the end of the race. And we've got Mark Grover has just come into the pits. So Mark Grover comes into the pits from 11th place, sorry, so he's been passed by Harding. Willie McLean will retake that spot as he took a pit stop on lap 51. There's McLean going past. He's certainly going to be hoping for more pit stops to be taken. We'll see if that is the case. Dilworth is looking to take this one by the absolute scruff of the neck. Yeah, that is a bigger gap than we've seen so far. That's almost half a second between the two of them now, so the slipstream strength will be weakening for Harding. And Dilworth, I mean, this is exactly what Dilworth got to do. Harding needs to stay close so he can try and overturn them on the past couple of laps, and Dilworth needs to just try and break that slipstream if he can. Or at least maybe bring Rankin into the fight to make it a three-way fight and give Harding something else to concentrate on rather than allowing him to be fully focused on trying to get past him. We've got Simmons, Millings and Stanley all just inside the top 6 from Mertens, Guptill, Brett and Leverage. Watkins rounding out the top 10. Willie McLoone is back up to 12th place. Again, his place in the chase is absolutely secure, but he'll still be looking for more overtakes, especially as he started up in 5th position. Dilworth and Simmons. Oh, that was a sneeze and it snuck up, it's fair to say. Let's see who we are watching now. Is that Guptill? No, it's Harding. And Lackey Brett. Sorry, it is Guptill. Yep, Guptill and Lackey Brett, who are currently running just outside the top 5. They are currently sitting 8th and 9th, so they do have a bit of ground to make up. But certainly both of them lapping very quickly at the moment. We've got some more drivers, so let's see. We had, Willie McLoone. That came in on lap 51. Grover came in on 61. So that's put McLoone, as I say, back up to 12th position. He's got Harding ahead of him, and then they've got Leverage Watkins, who's holding on to his top 10 spot, and holding on to hopes and dreams of making it into the chase. Bryce Harding has managed to get himself back to within a couple of tenths of a second, so we'll see if he can now. And in fact, I tell you what, he is getting very close indeed. Oh, and he's got too close there. He's got too close. He's carried too much pace, and I think they've both touched the wall there. If they have both touched the wall, Rankin could be about to be handed a free shot at the lead. And I tell you what, let me look at the times here. Rankin is closing in. So that big contact on the wall there, that has cost both Dilworth and Harding time. And here comes Scott Rankin. His car hasn't touched the wall recently. He is absolutely flying. And he doesn't have to look over his shoulder either, because Simmons is a full 1.4 seconds down. So this podium battle absolutely coming to life in the closing stages. We've got less than 9 laps left to go. It's Dilworth from Harding from Rankin. Will it stay that way though? We will see. Another touch of the wall from either of the first two in this train. And Rankin is going to find himself with a free shot at P1. There's Jamie Harding coming into the pit stop. Late pit stop for Harding. I'll tell you what, a late move here for... that is Jamie Harding that's in the pit. Of course, we're watching Bryce Harding, 2 Hardings in the race. It's Jamie that is in the pit. It is Bryce that is pressing for the race win, and he really is pressing for that race win now, and he knows he has to. After that touch on the wall, Rankin is getting far too close for the liking of the 2 drivers ahead, and there is Simmons not far behind. So of these 3, out of any 2 or any 1 driver here makes another mistake, we could see Simmons promoted onto the podium as well, which would be quite the run. Dilworth pretty much going for a last to first challenge this week, and he has got it successfully completed at the moment. But at least he's got part 1 of it done, and that has get himself out into the lead. And I tell you what, Harding, he is carrying that much pace. He's going to have to go for the move. We've still got 8 laps left to go. He is absolutely buzzing all over the back of Dilworth at the minute. Is he going to manage to get the move? They are absolutely nose to tail now. Harding, he's going to try and keep it close here just to get the 2 of them moving, but it's too little too late, because here comes Rankin right back into the conversation for the overall race win. There's only half a second separating the top 3. Simmons is almost 2 seconds back. So again, he is out of this equation unless these 3 ahead get into it a bit too much. Love the sound of those engines. We are 68 laps deep. We have, oh no, sorry, no one in the pits. My apologies. That was Jamie Harding exiting the pits. He is back out behind Mark Grover, who took a pit on lap 61. Willie McLoone, the most recent pitter before that, lap 51. He is in 11th position. So we'll see how this plays out. We've now got 0.3 of a second separating the top three. So it's an absolute game of cat and mouse with 7 laps left to go. It's going to be 6. After this, we'll hopefully jump on the front left wheel of Rankin and get a nosy at just how close these 3 drivers are. And we'll see how they get on in what is going to be a sprint race to the end now. 69 laps deep. And I tell you what, Harding is going for. Rankin's going for it, sorry. Rankin positions himself on the inside line now. That's not what Harding would have been expecting there, because Dilworth is going to get himself a bit of a breakaway. And I tell you what, Harding, is he not quite got that right? Rankin has got it right. Has Rankin got it right by letting Dilworth escape? That was a brave move. Which he's pulled. He's got the slightly fresher tyres, but that has gone back up to where he started in 2nd place. So that is Rankin, who is now right up there. And what a move that was. As you can see, Rankin on that inside line. Harding just ends up drifting out, touches the wall, and Rankin smelled danger there. He saw blood in the water after he saw that little touch of the wall. He pulled right to the inside line. And that puts him, sorry, into 2nd place and mutes any discussions of Harding taking 2nd in the short term. That is for sure. We are 70 laps deep. It is Dilworth leading the way by half a second over Rankin, who's 0.3 of a second behind. What a race this has been once again. What a series. Virtual Racing Aotearoa absolutely on point once again in Dilworth. With a 0.3 of a second lead, and again these 3 up at the front is all about what these 3 do here. You can see Simmons there. Here he comes. There he goes. And 1.7 seconds down he is, as we can see on the standings. So he has got a lot of work to do. He really needs a heel moving. Oh, I tell you what, Rankin almost getting a bit lively out of the last corner there. The back of the car tried to step out with him. Tried to step out on him. He absolutely slapped it back into place. And he's a 10th quicker than Dilworth on that previous lap there. So he is the quicker out of those 2. They're on exactly the same tyres. And at this stage, they're going to be ever so slightly sketchy, but they're managing to hang on to it and still increase the gap back to Simmons. So they're not slowing themselves down. It's certainly Dilworth. Not losing any pace at all. Throws himself into 3 and 4. Full commitment. Right on the line. Right down on the tarmac. Whoa, through 3 successfully. So close to the wall there for Rankin. And once again, it does make me eternally nervous when we see the drivers get just that close. I mean, we'll see what can happen. That can all go the way of the pair very quickly indeed. Not long left to go as Dilworth still tearing away up at the front. He has had a phenomenal race so far, but Rankin and Harding still very keen to take that top spot. And something's happened to Simmons, I believe. He's dropped back. He's lost a second on 1 lap. Wow. He's now 2.8 seconds down. That's a huge gap to suddenly see. He was sitting at 1.7, and there he is there sitting at 2.8 seconds. So I'm not sure he's touched the wall. We'll find out at the end of this lap. His previous lap was a 53.6, so it was still fairly comparable with the drivers ahead of him. But the drivers are very much ahead of him now. After whatever has ailed him, his lap time will come through shortly, and we'll see just how slow it was. But the top 3 definitely not going slowly. There's Dilworth starting another lap in the lead. 73 laps completed. Not many laps left to go. Yeah, no, Simmons with a 55.7. So he was only 2 tenths slow. So yeah, not sure why that gap has suddenly increased to almost 3 seconds between the top 3. But it is the top 3 that are now set for the 2-lap sprint race I talked about earlier on. As the final couple of laps at Sharp Apparel NASCAR Series round number 8 here for season 3. And Oh, that is close to that concrete, and I tell you what, the back of Rankin's car looks like it's trying to set back. Well, oh, there's a touch of the wall there. Someone had a puff of smoke on it. I think there was a slight touch of the wall. I think that was Rankin, unless I viewed that incorrectly. I think it was Rankin that's touched the wall there. So we'll see. No, the gap pit stage. In fact, no, it was Harding, I think. Now looking at those gaps, it does look like it was Harding that touched the wall, but they're coming very close together. We are on lap number 74. We've got one lap to go after this one. It's Dilworth in the lead with Rankin in second, Harding in third. We've got Simmons, Milling, Stanley, Mertens, Guptill, Brett, Leverage, Watkins, all inside the top 10. I tell you what, Leverage, Watkins finishing in the top 10 and ahead of Willie McLoone. Yeah, that is going to give him some very, very, very good points. And I think Leverage Watkins might have done enough to sneak himself into the chase for the final rounds of the competition. We are about to see the white flag waved. It's going to be Luke Dilworth, who's going to be the first driver to see that flag. It's going to be Rankin and Harding very close in behind. You're going to see that white flag, and here we go. It is the last lap. I tell you what, Dilworth, he's got this absolutely nailed on here. It's going to take an absolute monster mistake or a monster effort for Rankin and Harding to get back close together, unless Rankin was absolutely keeping the powder dry. He's going to go for it on the last lap. He's got absolutely no choice here. Yeah, we are 75 laps deep. Rankin, Harding and Dilworth both taking points, or all three of them, sorry, taking points in the opening stage, and they're looking to take points. And they have, sorry, they've taken the checkered flag. No, have they? Is Dilworth pulled over? Dilworth has pulled over and let them past. Dilworth's run out of fuel. Dilworth has run out of fuel. Luke Dilworth has run out of fuel. He's safe in the chase, but he's not safe on the podium. There's going to be Simmons with another podium, and Rankin is going to cross the line. He did not expect that. I did not expect that. Harding did not expect that, and it's going to be Rankin, Scott Rankin and Bryce Harding, who are going to take the top two spots, with Xavier Simmons finishing in third, and Luke Dilworth is still tumbling down the order. He's down into 8th position. Guptill has gone past him. Very nearly dropped a bottle of water all over myself there. That's what you get for opening the second bottle at the end of the race, you silly, silly boy. Rankin and Harding, although maybe if Dilworth had opened himself, and here he comes. Dilworth across the line. He is being pushed. There we go. He's been given a push across the line by his teammate Lackey Brett. So the team that races together stays together, and the team that finishes nose to tail across the line usually means one of them hasn't put enough fuel in. Here are the results from round number 8 of Sharp Apparel NASCAR Series 2026, and it is Scott Rankin who takes the top spot. Bryce Harding in second place, with Xavier Simmons in third, Hayden Millings in fourth, with Brady Stanley in fifth, Josh Mertens in sixth place, Leverage Watkins in 7th position, Willie McLoone in 8th, Luke Dilworth finished in 9th thanks to Lackey Brett's generosity, Mark Grover in 11th, Hayden Guptill in 12th place, Jamie Harding down 10 laps but did finish. Sam Waddell, Aidan Gregory, Hayden Warrington, Logan Howard, Stephen Tears and Corey Crossan all falling by the wayside here for round number 8 and not finishing the race, unfortunately. But what a race that is. That is absolutely incredible. Dilworth running out of fuel. That must be a NASCAR thing. Because I do know another driver who is insanely quick, goes by the name of Lewis Behadger. He does like to run out of fuel occasionally as well. So yeah, Dilworth running out of fuel on the last lap and sacrificing the race win. We will get some drivers in, of course. The Sharp Apparel Sim Blacks series will get drivers in for an interview, and in fact we've got Xavier Simmons in already, so we'll crack on and we'll get third place in, Mr. Race Director. He does join us now, and it is good to have him here actually, because he is going to go into the chase rounds with the lead. But Xavier, I think it's safe to say a slightly unexpected podium at the end there, with Luke Dilworth running out of fuel and handing you the spot on the top 3 steps.
Yeah, for sure. I was a bit concerned about whether he would make it or not, because I was on the same sort of strategy and definitely needed to save some fuel to make it to the end, and it didn't seem like he was, so yeah. I had a feeling that may happen, and it did, so yeah, we'll take it. Otherwise, it was a pretty quiet night for us, actually. Sort of didn't really have the pace for the guys at the front, and got a good enough restart that we were far enough ahead of the cars behind, and that was just sort of where we sat.
Indeed. We did see an incident with you on lap number 17 that you were involved in, and I have to say, I was out my chair applauding at the save. The extra steering left, right along the start-finish straight to keep you out of the wall. That was a bit of a close one there, Xavier.
Yeah, that's right, actually. I forgot about that. Yeah, that was a bit of a close call. Yeah. Oh, well, we rebounded, so yeah, happy days.
It's NASCAR, and these things absolutely do happen. It seems that we'll have you here, Xavier. I mean, it's safe to say it has been a solid season for you so far, and you will be in the number 1 spot going into the chase next week. How are you feeling ahead of going into the final stages of the competition? I'd imagine confidence is fairly high.
Yeah, relatively confident. The last few weeks probably haven't been my best, so yeah, we'll definitely just step it back up once we head into the chase. But yeah, looking forward to being the top seed, so got a bit of a buffer to work with.
Indeed, yeah, and talk to us about the rest of the field, because I mean, this is a strong field, as you say. The work starts again next week, but certainly McLoone, Rankin, Dilworth in the gang, they're not going to make it. Guptill as well, not going to make it easy up at the front. I take it you're looking forward to a very difficult battle going into the closing stages.
Yeah, no, it will be good. Yeah, those guys you said are definitely all fast, and the likes of Bryce as well. He can definitely do it. So yeah, we'll just have to see how it plays out. Take each round at a time, and yeah, hopefully just keep ticking off results and just chipping away.
Indeed, yeah, one race at a time, and it's working out so well. Working out pretty well for you so far. Before we let you go, Xavier, anyone that you say thank you to before we let you go off and celebrate another podium?
Yeah, just a quick shout out to the Fastlane Esports guys, and obviously to our sponsors, SV Tools New Zealand, System Decal, Sidebite Media, and 17RC.
Excellent stuff. There we go then, folks. Xavier Simmons, another podium, and will be number 1 seed in the chase next week. So congratulations on the season so far, Xavier, and very much looking forward to seeing what you do in the closing stages of the championship.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
There we go, folks. Xavier Simmons joining us in the commentary box. We do have our race winner joining us as well, Mr. Scott Rankin. To say it's been an eventful race this evening, Scott, would be somewhat of an understatement, but you've managed to take points in both stages tonight, so a very good result all round, I would say.
Yeah. Look, I mean, we had nothing for Bryce in that first run. Indy's just so tough to pass. We basically had to have a go at him for the first 2 laps. We did that, burned off a little bit of tire, but had enough in the bank to sort of do something for everybody else. So, that was the critical thing. I was actually looking at points and just going, what do I need to do just to lock up where I am in the chase and put my best race together, and sort of a little bit of internal discussion about that and what I needed to do. And congrats to Xavier, I think, on the regular season championship. I don't think anyone could have done anything coming into him tonight. He needed to basically be in the first incident and die from there. And Willie and I both needed to score maximum stage points and get the win, and we didn't get maximum stage points. We got pretty close, but Xavier's just too close behind. So big congrats to him and on the regular season championship. What a race!
Scott, you are not joking, my friend. You are not joking. The best thing about me doing this commentary gig is that it starts at 9 o'clock in the morning. So I get to watch the race back as soon as it finished. It's absolutely glorious. So I'm going to go and watch it back again. I mean, Luke Dilworth as well. He was looking absolutely solid out at the front, and then just dies a death. I genuinely thought I'd called the race wrong, and we'd already seen the checkered flag the way Dilworth just dropped off. I take it you weren't expecting Dilworth just to run out of fuel like that and hand you a race win.
I said to my stream, I was just sitting there sort of having fun. I said basically 2 to go down. He's got the race run. We're too far back. I made a critical mistake, sort of dropped, built, got to about 2/10, made a mistake and fell back. And I basically said at that point, yeah, that's the race. double check our fuel numbers. Yeah, all my data looks good. There's nothing more I can do. And then I think the big thing is, you know, when you've got these fuel save races, is number one, you've got to have a number that you've got to try and clear. But number two is, once you've cleared that number, you got to drive people off their number. If I was to sit back and save fuel all the way to the end of that race, Luke Dilworth wins that one. So, you know, he went for track position early, and you got to do that. If we get a caution anywhere with about 10 or 15 laps to go, he wins the race. Honest to God, he wins the race. Like, he played risk averse. He basically played risk averse, and there was only one strategy left open to me, and that was to fuel save and make it, and do a little bit of math along the way. And second fuel save race of the season, and we won both. So look, the calculator was worn out after the first one. I'm very, very glad I bought a second calculator. So.
Calculator, I still use an abacus at my age. Big shout out, yeah, Scott, where do you stream, on Twitch or YouTube?
Twitch at the moment. Still getting things back up to ground. I used to stream a lot probably about 4 years ago, and we just literally in the last 2 weeks just started streaming again, so just getting it all back off the ground. So twitch.tv/RANKONIUS for Ranconius is a gamer tag I've gone by since I was like 12. So
yep, I've had my gamer tag since I was 18, which was a long time ago. Let's move swiftly on, Scott. We're going into the chase, as you've said. We've got some serious competition. You're going to hold on to third place. In fact, you might even sneak a spot on McLean. You are P2. Yeah, oh, of course, yeah, with McLean falling back down. So yeah, so you're going to start the chase in second place. I mean, Xavier is a fierce competitor. Dilworth is a strong field. How are you feeling your chances are going in and taking the chase title?
This is a tricky one, straight up, just because like tires, you really got to go and look after the tires massively. And we've seen a lot of guys this season get on the front foot and try and buy some track position. It does work, and it doesn't work at some tracks. You know, I really genuinely think I've had the strongest long run car all season, but at the same time, you also got to buy yourself some track position. So it's one of these ones where I actually had this conversation with Luke Dilworth, Willie McLean, and Bryce Harding on Monday night. I was talking to him about some other stuff. I first and foremost reached out to Luke and said, "Hey, look, I'm sorry I had to move you, but I felt like I was in no position." And he said, "You know, you're too nice." I think was basically the words. He's a little bit disappointed with contact having to be made, but at the end of the day, that's NASCAR. And you know, last week the big thing I said to him is, look, if I was trying to wreck you, I wouldn't hit you square. I was plain and simply trying to move you out of the way, move you up the track, move you out of the race, the wrong word. So, you know, there's that relationship and working on that, and I'm all about respect, man. So you know, want to say a big shout out to him. But the conversation us three was sort of having was, you know, geez, Xavier's come a long way. Holy cow, Xavier's improved massively, and to see him win the regular series championship, huge. But there's 8 guys who can win a race easily in here, and a little bit of luck, you know, that brings another 4 or 5 into it as well. So that's the big thing.
Indeed, yeah. Well, I cannot wait to see how this Chase Championship plays out, Scott. It's been a phenomenal season so far, and absolutely edge of the seat stuff. So, loving to see it. Anyone you'd like to give a shout out to before we let you go off and celebrate another race win?
First and foremost, my partner. A lot of unseen work gets done. I think she reheated dinner and stuff for us tonight, and make sure I could get out of here because practice goes live basically at dinner time for us. So, you know, trying to squeak meals in and get on the sim and work around that is not easy. And I thank her for her time and effort, particularly she runs a business as well. So, I want to say a big shout out to, first and foremost, just the entire league, to Xavier for not only putting this series on, but, you know, winning the championship. Congratulations, mate. You really deserve that one. I'm so happy to see you doing well. To everyone that shows up each and every week, to the rivalries, you know, it's important for us to have disagreements out on the racetrack to really tell us a story, and the respect that gets shown after those disagreements is important as well. So to everyone, but then most importantly, all the guys back at Vortex, they've been pushing me really hard to improve, particularly over the last 12 months. And you know, this is the best I've driven ever, so I cannot say enough to them. And with that comes Maddington Toyota and Canning Vale Toyota, Pete Racing Products, Graham Electrical and Data, Ray White McLean and Yamba Vets, Slipstream Signs, SFE Loans, Tim Conti, Vermilion Esports, Pace Graphics, and Casey Simmons Cinematography, and you guys in the booth, except for George. Don't be nice to George. Make sure you rough him up. Give him some of that British humor for me, yeah?
Absolutely. I mean, he's a McLaren fan for a start, so it's easy. It's easy work to be honest, Scott.
Mate, now I like George a heck of a lot better. Sorry, I'm going to have to disagree with you.
Sorry, your microphone seems to be breaking up now, Scott. We seem to be having some kind of audio issue. I'm not here to
Yeehaw,
end this
boys.
for weeks now, Scott. Thank you very much, mate. I appreciate that.
No worries. Can I give one more thing? This has become my victory
course.
thing in the last 6 months. Is a big old yeehaw! Woo! Mate, it comes from my motocrossing days. I was a flat tracker,
Nice.
and I had a flaggy that was a really, really good friend of mine. He used to wave the checkered flag for us. He loved to give me a big yeehaw as I used to come by him at the end of races, and it became a thing over the years. And you know, I do it to honor his memory now. So.
Now, well, I can assure you, I will be honouring that if you get another race win before the end of the season, Scott. So you can expect a very loud Scottish yeehaw if you get another race win before the end of the season. So make sure you tune in to the broadcast, which I'm sure you do. But yeah, Scott, we will let you run off and celebrate. I'm sure there's a bottle of champagne. And yeah, big thanks to the wife as well for getting Scott out here on track. Well worth it. He's a race winner. After starting in second place. But Scott, yeah, congratulations on the regular season, getting yourself up to second place, a solid spot in the chase going forward. I'm looking forward to seeing what you can do for the rest of the season.
Thanks, boys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem at all. There we go, folks. Scott Rankin. Decent day's work at the office and all powered by a home cooked meal. You absolutely cannot beat it. That is the regular season done and dusted, folks, and it is Xavier Simmons who has taken the top spot. Scott Rankin in second and Willie McClune in third. But now is where the real racing starts. Oh yes, we are into the chase. And that is going to be some serious rounds of action that we are going to be treating you to, of course, all here live. On TrackSpotTV. Once again, a huge shout out to Sharp Apparel for sponsoring the whole series, and Sim Blacks as well. Some phenomenal work by Virtual Racing Aotearoa, and we are off to Kansas next week, the 9th of August. 125 laps. Iowa, Richmond, New Hampshire, Daytona and Darlington, all on the cards as well. The season finale, of course, Darlington, 13th of September. So make sure you keep your Mondays free or Sundays free, sorry, until then. That is all we have got time for this week. I'm going to go for a third bottle of water after today's race. What a race it was. Indianapolis never disappoints, and VRA certainly never disappoints. Thanks again to everyone that has tuned in on TrackSpotTV. Very proud to be broadcasting this one, and we'll be back next week. Until then, stay safe, take it easy, and have a great rest of your night. Good night.